Okay, so we're going to actually hook this gun up in a minute here, but let's talk a little bit, John, about all the components we're going to need. So what do we have here?
So what we have here is just a fixed stand.
Okay.
You could also mount this on a reciprocator or possibly a robot arm.
Okay, very good. So you've got the mount right here, and the gun would go right on the mount.
Correct.
We got the stand. We've also got some airline we're going to use, and we need to tube this up to the gun and to control. What all are the controls on there, I guess?
So we have atomization air.
Yep.
We have fan air.
Okay.
And also a cylinder air for the trigger.
And that's the trigger. Okay,
Yep.
very good. And then beyond that, we're also, of course, going to need some kind of a fluid line.
Yep.
And then we'll also need a pump for fluid delivery.
Yep.
And then over here we've got the pressure panel, and this is where the air is going to be developed from to run the atomizing and the fan air and the trigger air.
Correct. All right, so we're going to mount the gun to the fixture. All right, now we're going to attach the air line.
And which airline is that one?
We're going to attach the atomization air line. And then the fan airline. And finally the cylinder airline for the trigger. And then the fluid line. Alright, so now we're going to set the fluid flow for the gun. So I like to remove the air cap. And then trigger the gun, and using a fluid regulator, do the gross adjustment, and then using the knob on the back of the gun, do a fine tune until you get the fluid flow rate that you're looking for. All right. Now reinstalling the air cap. All right, so the purpose of this demonstration, we are using water. So first we'll add the atomization air. Why don't we go ahead and trigger it? And then from here we can add the fan air until we achieve the desired pattern width that we're looking for. So for air cap alignment, there's a pin in the air cap which hits against a pin on the gun body to either set a vertical or horizontal position for the spray pattern. So to switch it, you simply take the pin out and screw it into the other hole. And now it's spraying a horizontal spray pattern.
Okay, John, so let's just do a quick recap of what we did here this morning, and
Sure.
let's start. We mounted the gun.
Correct.
All right, and then we brought in the air lines, so we have the atomizing air, the fan shaping air, and the trigger
And
air.
the trigger air, yep.
And then we hooked up a fluid line. You mentioned that you have to use a fluid regulator for the gross adjustments or the main fluid adjustments.
Correct.
And really you should use a special regulator, right? Can you talk a little bit about that?
That's right. What we have here is a low flow regulator.
Okay.
So because this gun is a precision low flow gun, we highly recommend using this regulator. It's designed for low flow. It's available in 3 different ratios: a 1-to-1, a 2-to-1, and a 3-to-1.
Okay. All right, very good. So once we did that and had everything hooked up, we put a little fluid pressure to the gun. You did some fine adjustments at the back end of the gun.
Yep.
And then we just played around a little bit with some atomizing and some fan air.
And some fan air, yep.
And got the right shape of the pattern coming out of the gun.
Correct.
All right, very good. Well, John, thanks so much for your time this morning. I greatly appreciate it.
You're welcome.